Good afternoon, Facebook fans. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you're taking a nice break and you get to take part in one of our favorite opportunities as trainers. It's just simply hanging out with our family of orcas. Now this afternoon I'm joined by two other trainers, Autumn. Hi Facebook! And Jen.
Hi everyone!
And we are celebrating a very special day with the perfect orca. That's right, today is SeaWorld's 53rd anniversary. Yay! And we're being joined right now by the one and only Corky. Right there in the middle is Amaya. And above Amaya is Kalia, her mother. And in the background, watching everything, is a Kaika. Now, Facebook friends, we want to take a break and just kind of show you the animals on their own time. Now, of course, when we interact with the whales, they're under stimulus control. But right now what we're doing is it's their choice. If the whales want to come over and interact with us, they have that choice to do so, or they can swim around and do whatever they want. So there's a Kaika in the background. Now, as many of you know, we are currently under construction for our new presentation that we will debut this summer called Orca Encounter. We're very excited to give you a more in-depth interaction with our killer whales and learning more about them and how we can save their wild counterparts. So right now it looks like the whales have chosen to go over to the side of the pool. We have trainers up top as well. They have big ice cubes available for them, Jello, and there's also a really fun toy above our heads that you can't see because we're actually in the underwater viewing right now, which will reopen when we debut Orca Encounter. Now this pool is a lot of fun. Recently, we provided our guests with an opportunity to see our killer whales throughout the entire day. Now many of you fans know that when we're not doing presentations, the stadiums will often shut down, but of course our interactions with the killer whales continue to go. But we want to show our guests how we care for these animals and how we interact with them on a daily basis. So we began this weekend all-day orca play, where you, our guests, can spend your entire day poolside with our animals and learning more about them.
So fans, if you're just joining us again, we are live at SeaWorld San Diego. We just want to take an afternoon break with everybody. Our trainers, Christy, Autumn, and Jen are here to take any questions you might have, but we're just going to let you observe our killer whales.
Now something that's really exciting is for the next 9 weeks as we count down to opening Orca Encounter, we are actually providing our guests with an Orca profile card. I'll give you a look. This is the first week. This is Corky. It might be backlit. But a beautiful card of Corky, and it gives some really fun information about her on the back of the card. So if you come and join us in the park over the next 9 weeks, you will get the opportunity to collect all 11 cards representing the 11 amazing killer whales that we have here at SeaWorld San Diego.
Look, there's Amaya.
Sitting in the wrong place.
Corey's like, move that away.
Oh, fans, can you hear it? Corky, can you hear Corky? We have a question from fan Corey. Which orcas are with you right now?
Well, right now you are currently viewing the underside of Corky. Just behind Corky is a Kaika. He's watching all the females interact with us. Over to our right here is the belly of Amaya. She's up playing with a toy right now. We actually have something similar to a tetherball, except for there's openings so ice can flow out as she makes contact with it. And just above Amaya is her mom, Kalia.
Fans, thanks for sending those heart emojis. If you like just afternoon breaks like this here at SeaWorld San Diego, let us know in the comments so we can do more for you.
You know what I love, Kat? I love that we have former trainers that join us here on Facebook Live. You know, when they leave SeaWorld, their love and passion for these animals does not leave. And in fact, they stay connected with us and connected with these animals because they continue to make a big impact on their lives. So Matt and Danica, thank you for joining us. And if you look straight ahead, there's a kaika. Beautiful boy.
He's just sitting there observing the other.
He's being polite and letting all the females get the ice cubes up top.
Oh, hi, Corky.
He's coming down to say hi.
Okay, we have a great question from fan Marsha. How do you tell them apart?
Well, you know what? We actually spend more time with these animals than we do our own family at times. And I often relate this to people who have similar dogs or similar breeds. So all of the whales look just as different to me as people do, actually. But for people who don't spend as much time with them, there are many different ways that you can tell them apart. So one way is their actual size. You can see Corky here is over 8,000 pounds. And of course, she looks completely different than a Maya, who weighs in at 1,500 pounds. So you can tell the difference by their size. You can also get a really good look at Corky's beautiful eye patch. That white oval eye patch helps their disruptive coloration. But if you take a look at the black around the white eye patch, you can see that they have distinct patterns. So very beautiful. You can also look at their face and their melon. The melon is the top of their head. Corky has more of a bulbous melon, which is indicative of a Pacific killer whale. And if you take a look at Kalia as she comes back here, you'll see that her melon is more pointy, more like the Icelandic killer whale. Oh, Corky. Now, Facebook fans, I'm sure you can tell the difference between those two whales.
Oh my goodness.
Once again, that's Corky on your right and Amaya on your left. Now, you see some bubbles coming from Amaya's blowhole. She's actually releasing air and vocalizing. And this is one of the ways that the whales communicate to one another. And they also oftentimes vocalize towards us as we interact with them down here in the underwater viewing.
What was Corky doing?
Oh, yes, you're cute.
Oh, well, this is a great chance to show Corky's a different side of Corky, literally. Hi, Corky. And of course, Ike. Ike just hanging out there.
Now, throughout our day, there's many different opportunities to interact with the animals. And of course, as we come in the morning, the first thing that we do is check all the animals, make sure everybody is healthy and looking good. We then prepare their diets, we clean their environment, and of course, we train and interact with them throughout the day. So although we have presentations and training sessions and husbandry sessions that we do with them, we also have moments like this, which I personally think is one of my favorites. It's just time to hang out. We're not asking the animals to interact with us. If they want to come over and interact, they have the opportunity to. And of course, if they want to swim around and interact with one another, play with some enrichment that we've provided for them, they can do that as well. Here comes Corky. There's those vocalizations I was talking about. So she's coming back over to interact with Autumn. Hi, Cork!
We have a question from fan Monica asking, does each trainer have a particular orca that they work with more often?
Yes, actually, depending on your level and number of years of experience will determine the number and the type of killer whale that you interact with. But all of the trainers interact with the killer whales. They want to have a foundation of relationship with them. And of course, all of the trainers need to understand the animal's history, their likes, their dislikes. But when it comes to training new behavior and interact with them more, the trainers have certain whales that they build relationships with and work with most often.
Fans, again, if you're just joining us, we're live at SeaWorld San Diego with Jen.
Hi.
We have Autumn. And we have Christy. And we have, again, our orcas right now here, Christy. We have, who's right here?
Beautiful whales. Up on the left right there is Amaya.
Amaya.
In
Right
the
over
back,
there, we
watching
have-
all the females is a Kaika.
We have Corky
Yes.
and Kalia.
And Kalia, that's right. So the reason why you're seeing the bellies right now is we're in the underwater viewing right now, and there's actually a toy up above that the animals are making contact with, and once they make contact, ice comes out of that toy. So ice cubes, snowballs, there's many different types of rewards that we offer the whales, but of course they also have these opportunities to get those rewards on their own time as well.
And I love that our fans come through with those heart emojis and those likes. Come on, fans, where are those heart emojis? We know you've been sending them. You all rock. This is why we love you.
And if you are just joining us, we are live at SeaWorld San Diego. We are celebrating SeaWorld San Diego's 53rd anniversary. And I know I speak on behalf of all the trainers here that we are so grateful to this company and this park for making our dreams come true. Being able to interact and learn from these animals is quite an honor.
So that's just a little bit about our killer whales that we have here at SeaWorld San Diego and what's going on. We're just going to be hanging out with them.
So if you're watching the animals right now, you'll see a Kaika is in the background, and he's just watching all the females interact with the trainer up top. Now remember, the animals are not under stimulus control right now, so they can choose to do whatever they want. So they're up getting treats from the trainers. Sometimes they come down and they'll interact with Autumn and Jen. And of course, sometimes they just like to observe. These animals are very observant. So Kaika's in the back watching all the females. Now, for those of you that don't know much about killer whales, they are a matriarchal society. So one of the reasons why a Kaika might be off in the background is he's a male. So the females are dominant to him, and you don't know. The females might be asking him to stay back there, or he's just simply back there observing because that's what he wants to do.
Could you briefly explain, Christy, about, you know how killer whales have that black and white coloration? Why is that?
Yes. So,
Okay, Amaya.
but first, let's look at cute Amaya. So she's getting those ice cubes up above, and she came down and started to show us what she has. So the black and white coloration is actually called disruptive colorations. It's a type of camouflage. So I really enjoy pointing this out to people when they come here and visit and see these animals up close. If you take a look at the side of their head, there's a beautiful look at Kalia. People ask how you tell them apart. One way for our fans to tell Kalia apart is she has those 3 dots on her left white oval eye patch. So she's very easy to distinguish from the other killer whales. But if you take a look at that white oval eye patch, and then look down their body on the side,
There she is.
past the saddle, more towards their peduncle. If you move to the side, Cat,
Okay, yeah, they're bedong.
doesn't
Oh, there
that
we go.
look very similar to the white oval eye patch?
Oh, that's right.
So that's one way to disrupt their actual size and shape from their prey, but it also helps to prevent their prey from understanding where their head and tail is. Then of course on the underside of their body they're white, and the top side they're black, so it helps them to blend in to the light and darkness of the ocean.
I think we have some future trainers joining us right now, Christy. We have a question from fan Daniel asking, what was the most influential part of becoming a trainer? Was it like volunteer opportunities or internships?
You know, what I often recommend to people is to volunteer and to gain animal experience. It's very beneficial to understand what it's like to work around animals and understand their requirements and needs. Every species is a little bit different, but volunteering really helps to shape your work ethic as well. So if you're interested in working here with the mammals or birds or fish, you need to understand that this is a very big commitment. We do not have a 9-to-5 job. We need to be available 24 hours a day and work in different conditions, because whatever we need for these animals, that is what we provide. So volunteering putting your time in and building your resume of different types of experiences will definitely help you. Often people think that we all have marine biology degrees, and although if you're very passionate about marine biology, then great, go to school and study marine biology. But other subjects are just as important. Psychology, you can take business courses, whatever you are interested in besides animals really help give you a great foundation of education, which will help you in your career as an animal trainer.
Daniel says, wow, thanks.
You are welcome. Once again, fans, if you're just joining us, we are live at SeaWorld San Diego. We're celebrating our 53rd anniversary. We're so honored to have you all take a break with us this afternoon. We're actually getting ready to go up top and take part in our all-day orca plays. So if you didn't know, we've opened up our facility all day long where you, our guests, get a chance to interact with us, the trainers, see how we care for these animals, how we train them, how we play with them, and of course we have additional educational information for you as well. I hope you enjoyed your break today with us. Although it's a short break with you, we're going to continue to interact with our animals, and I hope by seeing this broadcast they'll inspire you to continue any conservation or recycling that you do on your own part. You're only one person, but you can and do make a huge difference to the animals out in the wild. If you'd like more information about killer whales or any of the other animals here at SeaWorld San Diego, please visit us at SeaWorldCares.com where you can learn more. Have a great night, Facebook. Bye-bye.